right, Lakers fans, let's talk about last night because it was one of those games that really forces you to take a hard look at where this team is. The Los Angeles Lakers showed that they are not quite at the level of a true contender yet. And I don't mean that in a small way. It wasn't a close loss or a game where they just couldn't close it out. No, this was the kind of loss where you sit back and watch the scoreboard climb while you're left wondering if the team even had a chance from the jump. Oklahoma City came out and imposed their will immediately, jumping to a lead that started around 9 and just kept growing. 15, 20, 25, 30, and at one point, the Lakers were down close to 40 points. That kind of domination is hard to digest, especially for a team with championship aspirations. It wasn't just a loss. It was a statement from the Thunder that, right now, they are on a completely different level. This game, more than anything, is a reflection of the gaps the Lakers still have to address. Let's be clear, this isn't just about execution or effort. The Thunder are built for the modern NBA: speed, versatility, athleticism, the ability to swarm you in transition and recover instantly on defense. Every time you touch the ball, you're immediately confronted by multiple bodies, and they rotate seamlessly so that even a seemingly simple pass can become a trap. That's what makes them so dangerous, and that's exactly the kind of team that exposes the limitations of the Lakers' current roster. There are players with skill and experience, but right now, the team lacks the combination of athletic two-way players who can defend multiple positions, create in isolation, and push the pace without collapsing under pressure. Watching the Lakers struggle in this game really highlights their deficiencies in several areas. Transition defense, for instance, has always been a concern. Historically, they've had issues closing out possessions when the other team runs the floor, and games like this one show that even a well-coached team can get caught in those moments. They also struggle to punish teams from the perimeter. Three-point shooting, spacing, and consistent perimeter defense are all areas where they're still behind, and against a team like Oklahoma City, those weaknesses are amplified. The Thunder's combination of youth, speed, and athleticism makes it nearly impossible to rely on the traditional inside-out game plan without matching it with athleticism and defensive versatility on your own roster. At the same time, context matters. This is still early in the season, with just over a dozen games played. The Lakers haven't been fully healthy, and chemistry is still being built. There are still tactical adjustments to make, rotations to experiment with, and combinations to test in real game situations. A single game, even one as overwhelming as this, doesn't define the entire season. But it does serve as a clear barometer of where the team stands relative to the very best. Right now, Oklahoma City is a step ahead. They are physically prepared, strategically sharp, and mentally ready to impose their style of play. For the Lakers, it's a reminder that if they want to compete with elite teams, they need more than just their current core. One of the biggest takeaways is how crucial the addition of the right pieces can be. It's not about tearing the team down and starting from scratch. It's about finding 2 or 3 players who can immediately impact the game. Players who bring defensive versatility, speed, and energy. Players who can cover ground in transition, chase down loose balls, and make life difficult for dynamic opponents. The Lakers already have talent, but against teams like Oklahoma City, talent alone isn't enough. You need athleticism, you need floor spacing, you need players who can defend and create simultaneously. Without those elements, the team's limitations are magnified, and games like last night can feel downright discouraging. Even individual performances highlighted areas of concern. Ball handling, decision-making, and defensive assignments were inconsistent, and while the team has stars with experience, the burden is too heavy when you don't have supporting players who can carry their weight in multiple ways. The Thunder were able to exploit matchups, take advantage of speed mismatches, and convert possessions into points effortlessly. It wasn't a perfect storm. It was simply a demonstration of preparation, depth, and modern NBA execution against a team that still has holes to fill. But let's not ignore the positives that can still be leveraged. The Lakers have players who can dominate in certain areas, and the potential exists for growth as the season progresses. LeBron James, when fully healthy, remains a transformative presence who can control tempo, create plays, and anchor both ends of the floor. Adding even one or two high-impact athletes could drastically improve spacing, defensive coverage, and transition play. That's the kind of strategic infusion that turns a team from competitive into a contender. Right now, though, the team is still in the process of building that complete roster. This game also serves as a reminder of the importance of adapting to the pace and style of modern basketball. Oklahoma City pushes relentlessly, keeping the pace high, running aggressive rotations, and exploiting even the smallest defensive lapse. For the Lakers, slowing the game down, tightening defensive rotations, and finding ways to counter that athletic pressure are essential if they want to compete at the highest level. The talent is there, but right now, execution is inconsistent, and depth is an issue when facing teams built for speed and versatility. Games like this are frustrating, but they are also instructive. They show what works, what doesn't, and exactly where the team needs reinforcements to reach championship contention. Ultimately, this is not about panic. It's about understanding the landscape of the league, acknowledging where the Lakers are right now, and identifying the exact areas that require improvement. A strong supporting cast, athletic versatility, and defensive cohesion are all necessary to match teams that have embraced the modern NBA style. Oklahoma City is not just good. They're a blueprint for success in today's game. The Lakers have talent, stars, and potential, but if they want to make a serious run, they need to supplement that core with players who bring a complementary set of skills. The gaps are clear, and games like last night illustrate why. Even in losses, lessons can be found. This game was a harsh but valuable reminder that talent alone doesn't win in today's NBA. Strategic roster construction, athletic depth, and adaptability are just as important. The Lakers have a foundation, but they also have work to do. Watching Oklahoma City dominate highlights exactly what separates a good team from a championship-caliber team. The pieces are there, but execution, depth, and athleticism need to be addressed to compete with the elite consistently. This isn't a disaster, it's a roadmap. If the Lakers make the right moves and integrate the right athletes, there's still a path to contention. But until then, games like last night are a sobering reality check. Now, let's dive deeper into the specifics of why this team is struggling against top-level opponents and what it would take to push the Lakers into true contention. One of the biggest challenges is the lack of versatile, athletic players who can perform at a high level on both ends of the floor. The current roster has talent, no doubt, but too often you see mismatches exploited by teams like Oklahoma City. The Lakers have players who can score, who can create in isolation, but when it comes to switching, recovering in transition, or closing out on shooters, the gaps are obvious. Against a team built for pace and agility, those gaps get magnified every possession. In a half-court set, the Lakers can still execute effectively, but once the game speeds up, once the floor opens, once defenders rotate with precision, the flaws become glaring. That's what we saw last night. Every time they thought they could settle in, the Thunder's athleticism and speed created chaos, turnovers, and open lanes that the Lakers just couldn't contest. This isn't just about defense, though. Offensively, the Lakers also face a ceiling that is revealed against top-tier opponents. They excel in two-point scoring, driving to the basket, attacking closeouts, and creating high-percentage opportunities. But beyond that, especially from deep, the efficiency drops. Three-point shooting has been inconsistent, and the roster simply doesn't have enough perimeter threats who can stretch a defense while also being reliable in transition. Against a team like Oklahoma City, which can recover quickly and rotate effectively, this becomes a major limitation. When your best shot creators are surrounded by players who struggle to space the floor or defend multiple positions, the offensive game plan gets predictable, and elite teams will take advantage. Another key factor is the rotation and how the Lakers manage their minutes and lineups. Depth is still an issue, especially when you consider the pace and physicality of the modern NBA. Young, athletic teams thrive on rotation pressure, constant energy, and the ability to push the pace relentlessly. The Lakers have stars, they have veterans, But when you don't have enough high-level contributors beyond the starting lineup, it becomes difficult to sustain energy and effectiveness over the course of a full game, let alone a 7-game series. Teams like the Thunder can wear you down, make adjustments on the fly, and take advantage of mismatches that might be minor individually, but catastrophic collectively. It's the accumulation of small advantages that creates the blowout we saw. LeBron James, when fully healthy, changes this narrative significantly. His experience, athleticism, and ability to control tempo can mitigate many of the issues the Lakers face. He can handle the ball in late clock situations, make defenses collapse, and create space for teammates who might otherwise struggle. But relying on one player, even someone as dominant as LeBron, is never a long-term solution. The Lakers need complementary pieces, athletic, versatile players who can defend, run the floor, and create their own shots. Players who can chase down loose balls, recover quickly, and maintain intensity for 48 minutes. That's the type of roster construction that separates a good team from a championship team. Adding the right pieces doesn't mean overhauling the entire roster. It means strategically targeting one or two players who bring the missing elements: defensive versatility, transition speed, perimeter shooting, and the ability to thrive in high-pressure situations. A player who can guard multiple positions, make plays off the bounce, and help control the pace in both halves of the court is invaluable. Even one or two additions of this caliber could transform the Lakers from a team that struggles against elite pace and space squads into a team capable of contending with the league's best night after night. The Thunder are a perfect example of how depth, athleticism, and strategy can dominate. They may not be overwhelming in size, but their coordination, rotations, and ability to exploit mismatches put them at a level where their talent multiplies collectively. Every pass is calculated, every rotation is precise, and every opportunity is maximized. When the Lakers fail to match that athletic intensity, when rotations are slow, when shooters aren't ready, or defensive closeouts lag, the difference shows immediately on the scoreboard. That's why a single game against such a team can feel so discouraging. It's not that the Lakers aren't talented. They are. But talent alone doesn't win when your roster doesn't complement the demands of the modern game. In addition to roster construction, there's also the mental and strategic adjustment factor. Teams like Oklahoma City send a message early: don't underestimate us. We are ready, and we're going to push the pace relentlessly. That psychological pressure affects decision-making and execution, especially when the Lakers try to rely on traditional half-court sets instead of responding to the speed of the game. Experience helps, and LeBron's presence can calm and stabilize the team, but young or less versatile players can still get exposed. This is why adding a couple of high IQ, athletic players who can react quickly and adapt is so critical. They can absorb pressure, maintain composure, and execute efficiently even when the game accelerates beyond the Lakers' comfort zone. It's also worth noting that games like this reveal the value of adaptability in a playoff context. One loss doesn't define a season, and a series allows for adjustments, for rebalancing rotations, and for experimenting with matchups to counter speed and athleticism. The Lakers have stars who can influence outcomes, but without complementary pieces, the burden is on a handful of players, which can lead to inconsistency and fatigue. The ideal path forward is targeted roster improvement combined with tactical refinement. Adding athletes who can play multiple roles, defend aggressively, and execute in transition addresses the gaps highlighted in games like last night and prepares the team for the intensity of playoff basketball. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, whispers are getting louder around the league. The Los Angeles Lakers might be gearing up for one of the boldest moves in recent memory. According to multiple internal rumblings, the Purple and Gold are preparing a mega offer to lure Phoenix Suns superstar Devin Booker to Hollywood. While nothing official has surfaced, several league insiders have hinted that the Lakers' front office has been unusually active in recent days, working the phones and exploring creative trade scenarios. Booker, widely regarded as one of the most dynamic scorers in the NBA, would instantly reshape the Lakers' offensive identity. His smooth shooting, clutch mentality, and ability to create his own shot could be exactly what Los Angeles needs to reignite its championship hopes alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis. The idea of Booker wearing the iconic gold jersey has already set social media ablaze, with fans and analysts debating what such a deal might look like and what it would cost. Speculation suggests that any serious pursuit would require the Lakers to part ways with key young assets and multiple future draft picks. Some sources close to the situation believe the Suns, though not openly shopping Booker, are monitoring the market as internal pressures mount following their inconsistent performances. Still, convincing Phoenix to part with their franchise cornerstone would take an offer too big to ignore, something the Lakers might just be ready to assemble. Around the league, executives are watching closely. Booker's connection to the Lakers has long been a subject of fascination, fueled by his admiration for Kobe Bryant and his frequent appearances in Los Angeles during the offseason. For the Lakers, it's not just about star power, it's about legacy. Nothing concrete yet, but when the Lakers start moving in silence, history shows something big is brewing. And if the whispers are true, the NBA landscape could soon be shaken once again. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.